And now let's talk about the United States. America will head to polls in about 14 months. It could easily be a 2020 repeat. The obvious choices are Joe Biden and Donald Trump. The Democrats are betting on Biden. He's currently the president, so he has an advantage. The Republicans, of course, are rallying behind Donald Trump. He may be facing indictments, but that hasn't hampered his chances. However, there is a new rising star in the Republican bloc. This man, his name is Vivek Ramaswamy. He's an Indian American, he's a billionaire, and now he's the second GOP favorite after Donald Trump. So who exactly is Vivek Ramaswamy? And how did he become so popular? Let's answer the first question. Ramaswamy is an Indian origin American entrepreneur. His parents immigrated to the US from Kerala. Ramaswamy was born in Cincinnati, that's in the state of Ohio. Like most Republican favorites, he has elite credentials. He graduated top of his class. He then went to Harvard and finally attended the Yale Law School. After that, he worked at a hedge fund. The real rise came in the year 2014. That's when he founded a pharmaceutical company called Vantage. It helped him become a billionaire. Ramaswamy led the company to a $315 million IPO in 2015. It was the biggest biotech IPO at the time. It saw a meteoric rise, but it ended in failure. Its Alzheimer's drug tanked in clinical trials. Ramaswamy apparently took this failure hard. In 2021, he stepped down as the CEO. So how did he enter politics? Well, he supported Trump in the 2020 election. He also donated to a lot of candidates. But his first major foray into politics was in the year 2021. It was with his book called Woke Inc. He questioned America's quote-unquote woke culture. It made him a crowd favorite. After that, he was seen on prime-time shows every night. So his political career really began as a pundit. He even announced his candidacy on a prime-time show.
Today, the woke left preys on that vacuum. They tell you that your race, your gender, and your sexual orientation govern who you are, what you can achieve, and what you're allowed to think. This is psychological slavery, and that has created a new culture of fear in our country that has completely replaced our culture of free speech in America. And that is why today I am announcing my run for President of the United States. This isn't just a political campaign, this is a cultural movement to create a new American dream for the next generation.
You heard that. The new American dream, he says. Basically, Vivek Ramaswamy wants a revolution, one that will unify America. And what is the secret sauce? He says it's capitalism. So where does he stand on most issues? Ramaswamy labels himself as many things: anti-war, anti-woke, anti-abortion, anti-LGBTQ, and anti-immigrant. That's almost ironic given that his parents immigrated to the US. Ramaswamy has what he calls his quote-unquote bold truths. Like there are only two genders, he says, or human flourishing requires fossil fuels, whatever that means. He wants to stop US military aid to Israel. He wants to launch military strikes on Mexico, and he wants to shut down the FBI. He's nothing if not controversial. His critics have a lot of things to say about his strident views. But the man knows what he's doing. America is more polarized than ever before, and Ramaswamy is capitalizing on it. He was a fledgling pundit last year. This year, he's a prominent GOP candidate. Guess who has already endorsed him? Elon Musk. But he's nowhere near Trump, although he's targeting Trump's core audience.
I am in a presidential primary running against that individual, Donald Trump. But what I'm about to say has nothing to do with Donald Trump and everything to do with the integrity of an election and the integrity of a self-governing democracy. So I don't care whether you root for Trump or whether you don't. If you root for the integrity of our constitutional republic, then you need to be on the side of being really clear. We cannot have politically empowered prosecutors eliminating the opposition of a ruling party using arrest to power.
He wants to divide the so-called MAGA vote, MAGA, Make America Great Again. That's been Trump's rallying call, but Ramaswamy's style is different. His policy has Trump-induced orthodoxy, but it's peppered with liberal ideas. Take his campaign video, for example. It starts and ends with references to Martin Luther King Jr. Also, his style is far more subdued. Lesser rhetoric, more intellectual banter, and he's seemingly polite. Even when he disagrees, he does so respectfully. Will this work in his favor? Well, it has so far. Until recently, this race was being called a battle between Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump for the Republicans. But now it could be Vivek Ramaswamy. Plus age is on his side. He's only 38 years old. So if not this time, then maybe next.